Welcome to 843 TV. I'm your host, Will Wareham with WHHI-TV.
I'm Takia Smith, and we're here at Bridges Preparatory School. We're joined by Dr. Nick Ethamitis, head of school.
Our second guest is Ms. Dee Matthews, who's a member of the board of directors here at Bridges Prep.
We're also joined by James Corbin, parent and board member. Stick around for more 843 TV,
where communities come to speak.
843 TV, where Bluffton comes to speak.
Where Spring Island comes to speak.
Where Hilton Head Island comes to speak.
Where Beaufort comes to speak.
.843 TV,
where communities come to speak.
Good morning and welcome to 843 TV. I'm Takia Smith and I'm joined by host Will Wareham. We're here at Bridges Preparatory School in Beaufort, South Carolina. Bridges Preparatory School is a state-funded public charter school, and I am joined by James Corbin, Dr. Nick Ethamitis, head schoolmaster, and Dee Matthews. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Dr. Ethamitis, you're the new head of school here at Bridges Preparatory. Why don't you tell us a 2-minute information introduction about who you are?
Well, I'll be happy to. I'm Nick Ethamitis. I'm entering my 44th year in education, 32nd year in administration. So I've got 12 years of teaching in schools from 400 to the largest school at 3,500 when I was a principal in New Hampshire. I've served on the main principal's board as a board member. I'm on the advisory to an international school in Vietnam, and I'm thrilled to be here. I've been married for 44 years. When I got married, I started teaching, so it's been a great run in both things. I've got 2 grown boys that are doing fabulous, and I'm very happy to be in Beaufort.
Good.
Fantastic. We're glad to have you. Ms. Matthews is chair of the Bridges Board of Directors. I understand that you were kind of influential in hiring Dr. Ethamitis.
We met Dr. Ethamitis when we were looking for a new head of school, actually a year and a half ago.
Okay.
It was at a point where, we were interviewing for someone. He was the choice. We had a split board, and we had several candidates, but we love so many things about him. He is innovative. He really is just a natural leader, and there's something about that. I think I've been in education for a long time. You know those things, you see them, you sense them. And when you find that natural leader, you know that it's not someone who has to play the Pied Piper or say, follow me. It's someone you follow because the examples and the leadership that the road they take is the one you want to go down.
Absolutely.
Even when it may not be the most traveled, you want to go down it, yes.
Yes, leadership by example, yes?
Yes, and to this point here, we were so grateful when he came. We tried to get him a year ago, and he had signed a contract with his school, so we patiently sort of waited, and so it came to fruition, and we're most excited to have him.
Fantastic.
That's great. So Dr. Ethamitis, in your first month here or so here at Bridges, what has impressed you the most?
Straightforward, the dedication of the people. It's an amazing to watch a group of professionals in an organization so passionate about what they do. That was one of the things that struck me when I interviewed, that they're willing to overcome any flaws or problems, and they pull together. I'm talking about from bus drivers to staff to board. It's an amazing group of people that 100% committed to this school, and that's what attracted me, and that's what's been the most standout feature so far.
That's great. That's great.
So, Ms. Matthews, can you tell us a little bit about Bridges is a state public charter school. How does that differ from like a public school in our area or a private school? What's the differences or the similarities between
the primary factor is that we do not get the same funding as the public schools. We get state and federal money, as all schools get, but we do not get any Beaufort County tax money. We don't get any, none of that. So our per diem or our per student ratio is much less, about half of what the other schools have. We have, other than that, I think probably there's a couple of very positive things about it. We are a school of choice. They can choose to come here, and we have students that come from Yemassee, from all over Beaufort. I mean, we have them from every direction.
There's no geographic boundary.
There's no geographic boundaries. We actually could accept any students in the state, yes.
Right.
So with that being said, we do have the ability for students to have a choice. And I think that's one of the, if you're around a lot, that's one of the things you will see, and one of the things that lights my fire. The students love it here. It is probably, as far as a charter school, we probably have the most diverse population of any charter school in the state. So it's not, it's not that we seek any one ethnicity or culture or anything. We are actually open and readily accept all, and I think it's what makes us so well-rounded. And as I said, the children love it. We have a great staff. I mean, we have a wonderful leader.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And just to be clear, this is not a private school wherein there's a tuition, right? This is free school.
No, and the only thing, if I had my wishes, it would be that the Beaufort County would decide, hey, you're doing such a good job in educating these children, we'll give you a little bit extra.
Right. Now, how do you bridge that gap between, what with the funding that you receive and what you need?
First of all, we really do have to be frugal with our money,
Yeah.
and we are, and yet I will tell you that we compete very handsomely with the other districts as far as teacher pay.
Right.
We are very good at seeking that human capital and maintaining to retain it. And so we are careful where we spend our money. We look for, I guess you'd say, just like in any household budget, we look for the things, everything that is needed, is here. And otherwise we budget. We do some fundraising. We have a wonderful PTO that has outstanding. I mean, they have been outstanding, and they give it all back to the school. We have an annual fundraiser, the Shrimp and Grits Festival.
Yes.
And it, I mean, it has grown. They have tripled what they have made in 3 years.
Really?
So it's really good. And they have all sorts of fundraisers throughout the year. We are actually on the brink, especially as we embark on some new things, of a capital expenditure fund, of finding a business development director that can help us and help Dr. I and Dr. Ithamidis
It's okay.
in that.
Dr. I like it.
Yes, in that capacity. So we really, thus far we've done very well, and we maintain, I guess as other districts call it, their slush fund, because I've
Gotcha.
been in them.
Yeah.
So we maintain the money that we need should any emergency come up.
Very good. We got to take a short break. Thank you all. Can you stick around for another segment?
Sure, thank you.
Stick around for another segment of 843 TV.